everyone, it's Coach Christine and welcome to this week's edition of Christine's Kitchen. We are going to continue our June breakfast series with one of my favorites. It's a little bit indulgent, but I hope you guys will enjoy. We're making stuffed French toast. Now here's why. Today's Father's Day, and who doesn't want to have an extra special breakfast for Dad? Now there will be plenty of healthy swaps in this recipe. I first learned them because I have friends who are allergic to eggs, and who wants to give up French toast? They don't. So when they came to visit, I figured out a way to use tofu as a substitute for eggs and create this amazing French toast casserole. It has been one of my staples in my breakfast catalog ever since, and to be honest, I've tried this both with the tofu as well as the egg for the French toast batter, and honestly, I don't know which one is better. So I will give you the recipes for both. If you are non-dairy, you can make this completely vegan. If you want to load it up with as much meat, sugar, and eggs as you want, you'll have that option too. Hang tight, we're going to go step by step. All right, let's get right into making the batter for our French toast. Now I'm going to teach you how to do this as a non-dairy option that's a little bit lower in calories, but as we go along, I'm going to tell you how to do it if you want to make it full fat, fully loaded with eggs. Both options are delicious. I promise I would not steer you wrong. What we're going to start with is our tofu. So I have a package of firm tofu. When you're looking at making an egg batter, I recommend using firm or soft just because it blends a little bit smoother and liquefies better. You want to take your packet and cut it maybe into about 6 pieces. We're going to put all of them but one into the batter. We need to reserve a little bit for the filling later. So I've already pre-cut my tofu here, and we're just going to take it and add it on into our blender. If you are using eggs, you are going to be using 7 eggs for the recipe. The equivalent for tofu, typically it's about an ounce of tofu, or 1 to 2 tablespoons of applesauce in place of each egg. I like to use the combination. So I'm going to take just a little, kid-sized container of applesauce, and I'm going to use half of this. Again, I'm reserving the other half for the actual filling that goes in with the cream cheese for the center when we add it for the middle. So we'll just put that into here. I've got these reserved for later. We're just going to set it aside. From there, you want to add in 2 teaspoons of vanilla, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, and then I'm using 1 cup of almond milk. If you are doing this with egg, you'll use a full cup of regular milk plus 1/2 cup of heavy cream. In using the tofu, it's going to give it the creamier consistency, so we can save the calories by omitting the heavy cream in this recipe. We'll put it in the blender, mix it up, and be able to pour this over. Let me show you how we set up the rest of it once this is made. So I have my liquid, and I've taken my baking dish and placed 4 pieces of thicker sourdough bread in here. Pick whichever kind of bread you want, but I highly recommend doing something that's going to be a little bit heartier, just because you're pouring a ton of liquid on top of it and it's going to be baking in the oven for about an hour. So you need to be able to have something that will stand up to being able to absorb this. Once this is baked, it's going to have this soft and warm and gooey, delicious inside with this rich, crisp, crumbly outside. So this is why we want to use a nice, thicker, crispy bread. You're going to take just a little bit of your liquid here and pour it over the top. I'm going to grab a little brush just to mix it over. Here we go. We're just going to put it onto each of the pieces of bread. This is really just to lather it up so that it can absorb into it and give you that eggy, delicious French toasty feel. Okay, now what we need to do is create the filling, because I said they were going to be stuffed. So it's going to be this yummy, sugary cream cheese, fruit, and wait a minute, and bacon. Because why would you stop at fruit for a filling when you could have sweet and savory? It is Father's Day, and you cannot not have the meat on Father's Day. I personally might be using a vegetarian bacon, but when it comes to bacon, that is the one thing that I actually don't always go vegan on, because bacon is good. and I like meat. But if I'm gonna have it on the side, I want a thick cut, beautiful, juicy, you know what I'm saying, bacon. In the dish, I just really want the flavor with sweet and savory. And because I'm making more than one portion, it means I have to eat it for the rest of the week. So I am gonna do the healthy swap and do my vegetarian bacon just so that it can be in the inside. Okay, stay with me. We're gonna make the filling next.
Bacon, 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 bacon.
And bacon! For the filling, you will be needing 8 ounces of cream cheese. Preferably bring that to room temperature to soften it. You'll add 1 egg. We were going to be reusing our tofu and applesauce here. And then from there, just put it into a bowl. So adding the rest of my applesauce, adding the rest of my tofu, taking the cream cheese, add it in. I'm just going to use a hand mixer for this. It's just going to be a little bit easier, I think. And then it also calls for 1/4 cup of sugar plus a little extra on the side because I'm trying to cut calories, have a few healthier swaps. So we're going to be using the stevia and the raw as a sugar supplement today. So you'll take 1/4 cup of our stevia, put it into here. And last but not least, you're going to add 1 more teaspoon of vanilla. And we'll take the mixer and go ahead and get it blending it together. All right, my friends, we have our cream cheese filling. We have bacon, we have fruit, we have bread topped with 1 layer of our batter already. We've got the rest of the batter ready to go. Here is where the art of the stuffed French toast baked sandwich happiness extravaganza comes in. Here we go. Take said cream cheese filling, put on bread. We're very technical in this house. You just slop it on. It's pretty good.
Yummy.
Oh yeah. This is gonna be delicious. And it makes me happy. This is really a good meal if you wanna do like breakfast for dinner, because why not? Perfect. Or if you're doing Sunday brunch, it takes about an hour to bake. So the entire house is gonna be so aromatic with these sweet, rich, and savory smells. Honestly, the combination of French toast and bacon, one of my favorite things on a weekend morning. Pair that with a mimosa and you've got a perfect meal if you ask me. Okay, so we have the cream cheese equally layered over it. Now Josh, do you think we should add bacon or fruit next?
Bacon.
Bacon, all right, bacon it is. Throw that out in the sink.
And it's going to smell good in the house, whatever the aromatic word was.
You're smarter than that, don't be silly. It's like smell-o-vision. If there were smell-o-vision, it would be coming to you right now of happiness. We're just gonna layer the bacon onto each one. If you're using bacon and you don't wanna do a vegan option, but you still wanna be kind of conscientious about what you're eating, I highly recommend doing like a turkey bacon, because you don't want it to overwhelm the French toast. So it's thin enough. Plus there's plenty of pre-done ones that you could just like microwave and be ready. While it's gonna take an hour to bake, it's fine to just put them in here and you are good to go. 1 more on top of it. From here, we're gonna add a layer of fruit. I'm just using a bag of mixed red berries because it bakes perfectly and it's one of my favorite flavor combinations. So we'll take the bag, pour it over. Perfect. Make sure that the fruit is equally distributed onto the French toast. You're starting to pick up what I'm throwing down. You know this is gonna be good. I know. You're looking at it going, oh my God, I need to go and make that. And I'm telling you, yeah, you do. Okay, now you have to add it. So put another layer of bread. Here we go. I'm gonna come on over, grab my toppers, 4 more slices. So put a piece here, another one here, kind of smush it down. You can use as many pieces as your pan allows. Mine is just making kind of 4 sandwichy French toast casserole things here. Probably will easily serve 8 people. So kind of play around with portion size if you're looking to figure that out. After that, you're going to take the remaining batter and you're going to just pour it over the top and make sure that everything is completely covered. Take your spatula at the end and just make sure that everything is saturated. I have no idea where I put mine. Here we go. Just making sure that it's covered. You don't want any corner untouched. Now, between the moisture of the water and the frozen fruit and the batter, it's gonna cook everything really, really nice.
How nice?
Really nice.
That's a view, Clark.
It's a beaut, Clark. Like, really nice. All right. From here, I'm gonna just top it with a tiny sprinkle of cinnamon because the recipe doesn't call for it, but I put cinnamon on top of everything. Ooh, that's yummy. Really good. Oh my gosh, I can't wait. Sprinkle of cinnamon, and it's ready to go into the oven. Truly start to finish. I mean, I'm doing a little bit of filming, so I'm starting and stopping, but if I just whipped it up, 10 minutes prep time, an hour in the oven at 375. All right, you guys, I'm gonna put this in the oven. I'll see you in an hour. It's been an hour. Calvin even smells how good it is in this house. So let's get this out of the oven. Holy shnikes. Oh, fog glasses, people. This is going to be outstanding. Look at this.
Yummy!
Amazeballs. All right, you guys. Well, breakfast is served, or brunch, or dinner, or whatever meal that you decide to make this for. I better close the oven so that Calvin doesn't walk into it, because he's probably going to be drunk on happy smells of this awesomeness. All right, and just for fun, look at this. Oh, it's bacon. It's go time. See you guys next week. Happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day!
I love you, Dad. Sorry I can't be there to share this with you, so try this recipe, make it at home.
Do it!
You'll love it. All right, to all the dads out there, have a great Father's Day. We'll see you next week.